Hello, everybody. This is Linda DeVitas, owner and founder of healingsonthego.com. I am an author and host of Healings on the Go with Linda DeVitas, crystal healer, magnified healer, professional space clearer, dolphin healer, Reiki healer, and a whole bunch more. You can reach me at healingsonthego.com. I would like to introduce my special guest today, Kendall Bell, to the show. Yay!
Pleasure to
Welcome,
be here.
welcome. How are you feeling today?
Feeling great today. Had
How
a
did the
long day, busy.
yeah?
Yeah,
How did the full moon treat you?
I actually treated me good. Treated me good. I was prepared for it. Made sure that I just did everything, my rituals, cleaned, cleared my thoughts, set my affirmations, just stayed focusing on myself at that
That's
moment, focusing on the things that are important in my life. Yeah,
that's awesome.
last one kicked my butt though. I wasn't prepared for it.
A
Lost
lot of
track of the days.
wow. It's the last one was the solar eclipse, which was crazy.
Mm,
So today we're going to talk about beliefs and how beliefs affect our thought patterns, which leads to manifestations in the body. So everything I believe becomes a belief and a thought pattern. So it was first a thought before it became a manifestation. Blah, blah. So basically, not everything, though, you can't say 100% everything is a thought, but I believe like most of it is. So basically, when we're like thinking things that are upsetting us, it will affect us in some part of our body, whether it be the stomach, the head. When you feel stressed out, where do you feel it, Kenda?
I feel it in my chest when I'm stressed out. I feel it in my heart, mostly in like close to my solar plexus.
Yes, and that's the most common one because anxiety is all stored in the stomach and the chest.
hmm
Exactly. And
Yeah,
then
it's
when
like right in here. It stays
yeah,
right in there in this little area.
and then when one gets blocked, it affects the other one. It goes down to the next one. So I had printed like a whole list of things that you wouldn't even believe. They actually, your thinking actually creates this kind of basically like anger. So when I look up anger, and Louise Hay is a very excellent author, she has a whole book on how the thoughts manifest in different parts of the body. And anger, believe it or not, they say it affects the arms. So arms, anger, which is one of them. The anger affects the arms and basically the stomach because the stomach gets all riled up and you feel a lot of anger in the stomach. Some kind of stubborn beliefs are usually the hips when you feel like the hips. So the hips are stubborn anger at your parents. So everything means something. It's crazy. Like one thing connects to the other.
This is
I
true.
remember one time when I was like very angry and my eyes started itching and I felt really stressed out and my eyes became like a sty. And so that's one of them. The eyes is so basically what you do is you have to say an affirmation for it. So I knew that the eyes were linked to anger. So I say, I see with love. And then you actually, even though you don't see it with love, but just the words itself creates a vibrational energy where you could like attract that energy towards you. And a lot of people, when I see that they have their eyes irritated, it reminded me of my experience. I'm like, are you angry? Were you really angry? And then they're like, yeah, how'd you know? I said, yeah, it's the eyes.
The eyes never lie.
Exactly. That is so funny. And the stomach is another really common one. When people have upset stomachs or they feel like they can't eat, all the stomach, and I tell them to say, I digest with ease. And just saying that word and like feeling it into your body is another good way to release all that stuck energy because it really is stuck energy that we swallow. So when you swallow your emotions, it becomes into your belly and then you just feel like stressed out. A quick hello to Ria and Anne. Welcome,
Hey,
welcome. How are you doing?
thanks for tuning
Thanks for
in.
joining. Thank you for joining. My screen's lopsided now, so there's like technical problems. My screen, I can't even see what they're saying. I'm gonna try to go back on. But basically, Ria and Ann are on, so they say hello, Kendall.
Hello.
Please do like and share. That'd be great. LOL. I see half the screen. This is so funny. Could you see them on your end, Kendall, or no?
No.
Oh, okay. That is hysterical. So today we're talking about, again, beliefs and how when we swallow things, it becomes a manifestation. So I tell people, don't hold it in, let it out. Because even, what is that called? I forgot the one that you itch a lot on the skin. I forgot what that's called. My aunt has that.
Oh, eczema?
Yes, eczema. That's like anger stored in. So when you hold things in, it becomes itchy because it's making you annoyed. You know, it's like
Hmm.
anger. It's another. There's a lot of things when you feel angry, what it affects. So anger, eyes, stomach. It's all a bunch of different stuff. Um, is there any other place where you feel like that, gets tensed up when you're overwhelmed?
My shoulders.
Mhm.
I feel it on my shoulders, and then my knees as well. And then and again, it's just different things, but it's always stored up. I remember one time, I was just in a bad place in life, and like I was in the wrong environment, the wrong job. I was stressed out. I was busting my behind, just getting nowhere, and I ended up getting an infection where I had to go into the hospital.
Oh
Came out of
no.
nowhere. It was a staph infection, and I was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Oh my
And the
God.
universe sat me down, and within that time of me sitting in the hospital, I realized at that moment that it was time for me to make the shift. I was there during the 2 weeks. I meditated. I didn't eat any meat while I was in there. I had an all vegetarian diet. Actually had a room that was by the sun and I could see outside. So it was very one of those enlightening moments where I realized, my body was responding to the environment that I was in and my mindset and what I was feeding it. I got out of there real quick. And it never happened again. It was the first time and it was the last time, but the more I healed, the more of the truth about why it happened revealed itself. And so I'm a firm believer in, your thoughts create your reality. Your environment will also affect your reality because your thoughts are an extension of your environment. The people you keep around you, the words that you use towards yourself are the most important. And it's really hard to see, this as a superpower when you're not used to it, but practice makes perfect. Practice it. And that's what I did. I practice everything that I preach and just try to make sure that, when I do speak it, it's because I lived it. And yeah, definitely using your words to empower yourself is more important. You can either use your words to destroy or you can use your words to empower. It's just a choice of the matter. But whatever you choose is yours because it's a reflection of you and your internal state of being. And I speak this from my own experience.
Exactly. And a quick hello to Tad. Tad says hello, Linda and Kendall. Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much for tuning in. You're right. What you speak it does give off vibration, and it attracts different stuff as well.
Yeah.
The belly is like it says. So anger being denied, you need nourishment. So swallowing that kind of anger
Yeah.
and pain. Pain is self punishment. Believe it or not. Pain is self punishment, feeling emotionally guilty. So the affirmation for that would be I lovingly release the past. We are free and I am free. All is well in my heart now.
Say.
Yes. And then taking deep breaths because we all breathe shallow. So taking deep breaths from the stomach in because sometimes we just breathe shallow and things get stuck. And that's why breathing is so important. Breathe in and out. And you know what
Breathing.
I do to ground myself? You feel good?
Yeah.
When I feel frazzled, I put my hands together and I put it all the way up. And then I basically turn them this way and go back down. So it fills up your bubble with nice light.
Yeah, it's a
And
whole process to it. It's like a cleansing process as well. It's like pushing
yes.
it all out, sealing it, and then I like that.
Yes, it's very grounding because
It
when
is.
we are stressed out, we're not grounded and we start flying around. We feel dizzy or we don't feel, you know, stable when
Yeah.
you're overwhelmed. That's why at the other show, it was a vertigo, but vertigo is also from stress. When you feel very overwhelmed, then you start feeling unsettled.
Hmm.
So by that, just take deep breaths, relax, and relax your core.
And
Do
then
you have any?
one of the things that I noticed is the stress levels of us, they also are connected to the things that we're eating and
Right.
ingesting and listening to, the music we listen to. We don't realize that a lot of the low vibrational music that's out there, it plays a role in our mental health and our internal state of being. They have the frequencies within them, they infect us. We don't even
Yes,
realize it.
you're
There's so
very
much of
right.
it. Things on TV, those boss, even the vibration of our TVs. That's why they tell you not to watch TV for too long, because that vibration of that TV keeps you in like a hypnotized state where whatever's coming through, you don't even know whatever's coming through is affecting you. Why it's very important to go outside. You'll realize you'll sit down, watch the screen for a little while, put your screen down, go do something, and you feel totally different. You feel so much better because of what you're basically detoxing. Or put your feet in grass, you feel that. You feel the detox as well. So it's a lot of the things. So I'm very conscious minded about what I put in my body and what I listen to. I don't listen to music with degrading lyrics towards women, profanity. Like everybody has a little bit of profanity here and there, but like it's just things that are like derogatory and things that like just lower the vibration of this planet. I can't listen to it. I can't listen to it at all. And it's crazy because at one point in time when I was younger, I was able to listen to it, but then I realized, I look at my mindset the way I was when I was younger, I was angry. You know what I mean? I was very angry. And, and, and I can't say that it was all due to the music, but I know that, music is a part of us, and things that were going on in my life, I listened to certain music that would help me release it, but that was actually like a ticking time bomb. So very
And,
important. Like now, like even my kids, I don't allow them to listen to any music that's low vibrational. Things that we eat, we put in our mouths and put in our bodies. Very important. So yes, we must always remember that.
and tomorrow, did you hear that you're supposed to stay away from your phone between 2 and 4 because we're going to get this crazy signal coming through and it could affect our health and mental being?
I just saw a movie on that. I literally just watched a movie on that with
Really? My
John
sister told
Cusack
me.
and Samuel L. Jackson. I forget the name of it, but it's I just saw it the other day where everybody went crazy from picking up their
See?
cell phones, and they were the only ones that didn't pick up their cell phones, and they were okay, and they were going around just trying to, and then they saved the world or whatever. But that's insane. What?
Yeah,
Now
see? What
is
a
this supposed to be
sign.
is this a warning or something, or like an emergency, or they're
I
saying
don't know.
like,
My sister told me, get off the phone tomorrow, 2 through 4. I said, okay. She goes, make sure because the signal that's coming through is going to be very bad. So, and
huh?
it's not, during that time, like around 3:30, I usually have a call. So I'm like, oh gosh, yeah.
There's a lot of things going on right now that I've been feeling, and I've been getting these premonitions of what's to come in the future, and I just hope that we're all just getting prepared for it spiritually, mentally, financially, because we can't stop what's going on around us, is what I know, but we can prevent it from affecting us on a higher scale by dealing with what's inside of us and being in control of what's inside of us, ourselves and our own internal state of being. But there's a lot to come. We got elections coming up. I don't really want to talk about politics or anything like that, but I noticed that around election time or even like a year leading up to it, a lot of things start to happen. Diseases start to come out. All these different things start happening, and I don't know why or why they're all connected, but I just don't want people that I'm connected to, the people that I know, to feed fear into it, because that is what is going to make it worse.
Mhm.
Fear and the trauma and the listening to the nonsense. Like, you gotta raise our vibration and use our thoughts to counteract what's going to
Yes.
happen in the future, because we can't stop these things from happening. And I'm not saying that, if I'm saying if they do happen, which if you look back at past and the history of everything around these times, things start to happen. So let's just try to do it better than we did when COVID came around, and not hate each other and not, degrade each other, and love each other, and, be there for one another, and realize the truth about who we really are and how powerful we are as one.
Exactly. Because fear is just going to cripple you, and it's not going to help any, even though it is scary, but you have to try to think of the solution. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
Instead of worrying about it, try to think, okay, what's the outcome?
What is the outcome? And that's what it is. And we are literally connected to everything that we see. So let's just do right, learn from our mistakes, and do better the next time around. Because again, we can't stop what the people that control this world are doing. We don't know what's really true and what's really not, but we do know that there's power in unity, and there's power in love, and there's power in compassion and empathy, and we can use those this time around. I don't think we can use any more of the world being filled with fear and hate and anger. I don't think Earth can take that. So let's we got to be the difference.
And the Earth is uplifting to the fifth dimension already. So those that are going to stay in the fear and the hate and the negative energy is just going to stay on the three-dimensional. We're moving upwards. The Earth is shifting at this time. So it's time for us also to raise our vibration and go up with it. Mm-hmm. And by doing that is by staying positive, trying to stay positive, working on yourself, releasing what doesn't serve your highest good. Practice affirmations, self-love. The way you love yourself is how others are going to treat you. If you have no respect, no love for yourself, you're inviting them to talk to you the way they want. You have to really love yourself and really respect. When you respect yourself, you respect others. It all comes from you. So if you don't love yourself, they're going to see that and you're going to be taken advantage of. There's going to be so many negative effects. So little by little, start loving yourself, do affirmations, do meditations, do things that make you happy, believe in yourself, work on yourself. And when you uplift, you will also attract the energy that uplifts with it. So it all works together hand in hand. Right, Kendall?
True. Very true. I agree with everything you just said. Just soaking it all in. It's always good to hear from somebody else.
You're the leader in it. You helped the tribe, and now they do what you already knew 20 years ago.
It's crazy because sometimes even myself, I get caught up in the rat race sometimes of life and just responsibilities and everything. And it's always these moments where, you sit back and you reflect and you realize why you're really here. Those are the moments that mean the most. Every time I come on this show, I'm always, amped up with I'm filled up with everything that I need to do when I get off of these calls, when I get off of this show. I got to get up and I got to do what I got to do and stay on my mission and stay on my path. Yes. So it's always good, to have you, this show.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you on. You're welcome.
Thank you.
My pleasure. And a good affirmation is, I'm at peace with my feelings. If you're sticking to the past, you're bringing the past into the future. So rather than ask why it happened, try to see that there was a reason for it, learn from it, and try to see it as a direction to move through to another path. So instead of beating yourself up and say, why did this happen to me? Unfortunately, some things are very difficult, but there was some kind of pathway you had to go through from that to get to the other side. Okay, everybody, stay tuned. We'll be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody.
All right. Is everybody having a good time tonight or what? That's what I thought.
Hi, I am Linda DeVitis. I am a psychic, clairvoyant medium, and certified healer. I have also written a book, My Journey from Darkness to the Light, which is available on Amazon, Barnes & Nobles, and on my website, www.healingsonthego.com. If you would like to book an appointment with me, call me at 917-929-4935. Thank you.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back with my special guest, Kendall Bell. Welcome. Yay. So it all takes inner power. Instead of staying in the slump, just try to say that there was a reason and try to uplift, because staying down is not going to help you or your body. Your body's going to start producing negative things, whether it be neck problems, nausea, migraines. Do you know neck problems, what it means? Let's read this one. It means stubbornness, or who is the pain in the neck? That's a good one. So when your neck hurts, think of who's annoying you. Oh, that is hysterical. So what you could say is it is inflexibility that I see. Okay, you can say that, or I could say this person is just temporary.
But I am dealing with this temporary. Everything
Yes.
is temporary.
Exactly, because a lot of people they come to stress you out, and you're like, go away, shoo shoo. Then you start getting neck pains, and I've had those neck pains too. So I have to think like change my thinking into okay, they'll go soon. That's so funny.
A lot of the times, there were so many situations where like I was just being, too worried about feeding it negativity, feeding it so much, just the opposite of what was to come. And it wasn't until like I let go of the negative that the good came in. It was like one of those aha moments. It's like, oh, all you had to do was just be a little bit patient. All you had to do is just go and live your life. All you had to do is just not focus so much on it and feed that beast. So it's like, whatever one you're going to feed is what you're going to get. So now I just try to just feed I feed the good one. I feed the one that makes me feel good, the one that doesn't put the pit in my stomach, or make me feel down on myself or bad about myself. And it's hard. As humans, it's hard. Like this whole human experience is tough for all of us. We don't even know who we are. We only know like this much of the truth about who we are. So we're out here and we're operating with information that we don't even know exists yet. There's so much information out here that we don't even know exists that, pertains to who we are and how we're supposed to actually be. So everybody's just winging it right now. If you really think about it, we're all just winging it and just trying to get by and, make the best of the life that we have. But it's one of those things now where I think about when I leave my body, am I going to be happy with what I've done? And I realize, feeding that beast, feeding that anger, feeding that devil, feeding whatever it is you want to call negativity, feeding that, it's not something that you want to look back on and tell yourself, damn, I spent way too much time there. I spent way too much time there. I didn't learn that, the darkness was the light. I don't want to have that moment when I leave. And I do believe in reincarnation, and I don't believe that souls die. I believe we're all energetic beings. And if you think about energy, energy never dies. It goes somewhere, So once our heart stops, where's that energy go? Go somewhere. And when we look down, we want to be able to have, some sort of good dialogue of our lives and the things that we've accomplished, so we can be proud of ourselves, on another life, and pass that on to our loved ones.
That's right. You're absolutely right. We just changed form. That's what I feel.
Yes.
Like this man told me, he goes, once you die, and that's it. I go, yeah, right. I go, do you even see a tree? A tree doesn't just die, it comes back. I was like, okay, I can't argue with him. That's his belief. He's 86 years old, so he's pretty much set in his ways. But I thought to myself, if that were true, how do I remember before coming here, And how a lot of people remember their past lives. So that's not even possible, but it's okay. We all have our beliefs.
It's extremely hard to accept the fact that everybody's right in their own way. Everybody has their own perspective, doesn't necessarily relate to the same or the same ones that you share. But in their minds, a lot of the people believe what they believe what they're saying. So, it's hard to not argue your point. And one of the things that I've been practicing more than ever lately is saying, "You're right." You're right.
You
And
can't say anything.
that's it. And then the conversation's over, and then it's done. And we move on to the next thing. You're right. It doesn't matter if a person's not ready to accept your information. If they're not on that vibrational wavelength, they're not going to get it. You just plant the seed, keep it moving.
Exactly. There's nothing you can say, really.
That's it. We can't nurture the seeds. We can only plant them. We can't give them soil. We can only plant them. We can't give them sunshine. We can only plant them. Once we understand this, then it just becomes a lot easier to deal with people and their perspectives and respect the perspective from their own level of understanding or understanding. Like, that's who they are. Maybe they're a past version of you and who you were before you got a new level of information that helped you enlighten yourself to be deeper than the average person.
Exactly. And says she loves when you're on, Kendall.
Hey, yeah, peace and love to you.
We love when Kendall's on. That is so funny. She's a sweetheart. He's awesome. That's why he's very positive. Everyone likes when you're on.
Thank you. I appreciate coming on here. Appreciate all the love and the support. It goes a long way in my world.
That's beautiful. Another good one is, do you know, this is so common. Like, whenever someone's upset, what's the first thing they say? They feel nauseated. Have you ever? We've all experienced it. Like, you feel like you can't eat and you just feel nauseous. Well, those are, again, undigested thoughts. And it's also, from what she writes in her book, fear. It's expecting things that are really, like, you're expecting something to happen, but your fear of rejection or your experience, rejecting an idea or experience. So what you should say is, I am safe. I trust the process of life to bring only good to me. Or a simple way, I digest with ease, because that's a real common one. When people are upset, they can't eat, they feel nauseous, their stomach hurts. That's usually stress, fear, anxiety, all that goes in your stomach. I get that too. When my dad passed away, I had nausea.
Yeah, when I'm stressed, I can't eat at all. I can't. It's hard to focus. You lose so much. And then on top of that, we don't realize that we're deteriorating in our bodies when we do it. It's really important that we don't. And again, we all battle with it. There is nobody out here that is fully enlightened on Jesus level that can tell you that they don't deal with stress. There's nobody out here. It doesn't exist.
No
we
way.
all deal with it. We just deal with it in different manners, but we just got to be more conscious minded about, the way our bodies react to it. I know me, I'm an overthinker. So it's hard to shut my thoughts down sometimes. So I literally have to distract myself and go and do something, go run, go, play basketball, go write. I have to do something. And if I don't do that, then I'll stay there. So, because again, the thoughts are never going to stop. It's just about what I'm doing that's going to help the thoughts become better. That's all that matters. If I'm sitting here and I'm moping and I'm focusing on the problem, then it's hard for me to become the solution when I'm only focused on the problem. But when I get out and I start moving and I start moving my way towards the solution, that's when, it becomes a lot easier for me to realize what it is that I need to do and how I get myself out of the hole and digging myself in. It's all a reflection of me. And swallowing that is just a tough pill to swallow when you realize that no matter what problems anybody's causing in your life, what persists in your life, it's all up to you to figure out the solution. And sometimes the easiest thing is to just remove yourself from the environment you're in.
That is so right, because I was just going to say that sometimes you need a different space. Like, if you're home all day, you need to step out, get a different wind, absorb different energy, go to the park or somewhere else. And that's true what you're saying. Move location.
Just move. Just move it. Just move it.
Move it and shake it. Shake it like a duck and wiggle, wiggle.
Another good thing too is gratitude as well. Just remaining grateful whenever you're feeling down and you're, and those thoughts and that, that mood that's just bringing you down, just start thinking about the things that you have, the people that are in your life that love you, that care about you. I grew up feeling like I wasn't loved for so long that when people came into my life and they actually loved me, I kind of took it for granted. I didn't know, I didn't know to be grateful for them, And then once I realized, like, okay, well, my trauma is pushing these people away, and I got to realize that they weren't in my life before, and they're here for a reason now. And I just started remaining more grateful and being more conscious minded about, the way that they were received by me, and the way that I would speak to them, and just show them how much I appreciate them. It all changed, and it made me feel better about myself, and our relationship strengthened. But um, that's very important. Gratitude, just be grateful, because there's so much that we have that we're not appreciative of, and we overlook it because we're thinking about things that don't even exist yet, things that we want, things that we could have had, things that we thought we lost, but we really were just removing them so we can make room for more, all little things.
Ria says she has the opposite. She overeats when stressed. And you know what that means, Ria? It means that you're feeling a deep need for emotional protection. So think about it. When you're eating, you're gaining weight sometimes, but usually people eat like the unhealthy stuff when they feel like that, chips or something like that. So what it's doing, you're asking for a layer of protection. So that's why you're gaining the weight. And it says you're running away from feelings insecurity. So certain things you have fear over, but they're right. Like when you gain weight, what is that doing? It's kind of layering you. So that's what weight gain means. Hope that helps, Ria.
A good way to counteract it is when you go to eat fruit, eat
Right.
vegetables, and put life into your body. That's a good way to counteract it and battle it. So now you're just tricking yourself now, because now I love fruit. So, watermelon. I don't know if you like watermelon. One of the healthiest things that you can eat. So get yourself some watermelon, get yourself some peaches, get yourself all the nutrients that you need, make a smoothie, and you'll counteract it.
She wrote, I would eat greasy fat, honestly. Of course, because unconsciously your body wants to gain the weight because it's trying to protect itself. It needs protection. So that's why she was probably drawn to greasy food, because unconsciously that makes you gain weight. But try to switch it. So whenever you feel like worried and stuff, eat some celery sticks or something that won't be too fattening and healthy for you. Okay, let's go to the next one. The next one, let's pick a good one that's very common. They even have funny things on this, like hairs and stuff. Long ago, thank God. Okay, good. Let's see, pneumonia, which is actually, some people do catch it. I know pneumonia is a very severe depression. My father died from pneumonia. It also means desperate, tired of life. That's exactly how he felt. Emotional wounds are not allowed to heal. So when you get pneumonia, not COVID, but pneumonia, the other one, that's because you're really tired of life and you feel your emotional wounds are not being healed. What you can say is, I freely take in divine ideas filled with the breath and the intelligence of life. It is a new moment. So change it, because deep depression is pneumonia. It equals the same thing. When you get severely depressed, so think about it. Where is pneumonia located? In the lungs, right? What chakra is the lungs? The heart. So when it affects your heart and you're depressed, your lungs will get affected, the area of the lungs. So the breasts are also cushions to your heart. So what will happen then? You can get, God forbid, like cancer. But that's when you hold on to anger. Cancer is usually anger, repressed anger that you do not want to let go of. So pneumonia is a depression. So it always affects the lung area. So people be aware of that, because you're attracting bronchitis, and the severe one is pneumonia. So, okay. And everything is chakras. Okay, so there's just so many to go through, but we'll just pick one. Migraines, what chakra is affecting that? The crown chakra. It's your head. So migraines could be a bunch of things. You could be low on magnesium. You can be, but mostly it's mental. So when you clear your crown chakra is when your head will be cleared. And if you don't have some deficiency, you will feel lighter, better, because it's all clogged energy blockages that are giving you a migraine. You know, when you have a stress headache? So that's the crown chakra. Okay, pick another one, Kendall. Which one do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about your back.
Back, okay. Let's see. The back is when you're overwhelmed. I know that's stress, but let me see what she writes in her book. It's going to be so interesting to find out what she says. Okay, constipation, no. I even say the buttocks.
Like lower back pain.
Lower back. Let's see. Back. Okay, this one. Oh, there it is. Do you know that the lower, I used to get severe back pains, and you know what that was from? And it was so true because I was so worried about money. And see, lower back pain is financial woes and concerns. And that was the number one thing that I always had, lower back pain, because I was always scared. Are we going to have enough for the car payment? Do we have enough for food? And even recently, my back always hurts from that. So I have to say, fear of money, and that's true. I trust the process of life. All I need is to take care of it. I am safe. Now you have upper, right? Upper or middle?
Upper and lower.
Okay.
Recently, I've had a lot of lower back pain. Right in the like the middle.
Middle.
But
Okay,
what you're saying makes sense. And it's when it's hard to, when you grow up, the mindset of lack around you, it's hard to get rid of it when you don't know the power that it holds within.
That's
and
right.
how it transmutes into your life, what it does to you and what it does to your body and your environment, the things you attract.
Yeah.
A lot of things we want, we push away. We don't even realize it.
You're right. That's true. That's the lesson I'm taking. Your middle
It's a
one
tough
is
one.
guilt. What
Guilt.
is it?
Yeah,
Guilt.
no, it's like trying to float in water. There's some people that can just float, and there's some people that just sink. I sink. I'm a sinker. I can't just lay back and float. It's just like, it's hard to do. Really hard. You gotta work hard at it.
Yeah, it takes time. So it says guilt, stuck in all that stuff back there, or get off my back. I release the past. I am free to move forward with love in my heart. So you have things that are stuck on your back. You're trying to say, get off my back. And the upper one is lack of emotional support or feeling unloved. The top.
Yeah.
When your
I think that's the one. I think that's the one. And it's not even that I feel unloved. It's not that. It's more of the things like when I realize that there's people that I love in my life that I can't love the way that I want to, that don't reciprocate the love that I give, or not even acknowledging my existence. You know what I mean? You battle with that, because you don't want to ever have to turn off your love, so you put all of these feelings into this little, bucket inside of you, and it stays there, and you think that you're dealing with it, but you're not really dealing with it. You're just harboring it. So making peace is one of the things that, it helps. But again, when you love deeply, you hurt deeply and you hold deeply.
Exactly. And so the affirmation for that is, I love and approve myself. Life supports and loves me.
Life supports and loves.
And with that said, we're going to take another quick commercial break, and we will be right back right after these messages. Stay tuned, everybody.
Hi, everybody. I'm Stephen Michael. Come follow me every Saturday night at 10:30 p.m. Channel 115 on the Keeping It Real Stephen Michael Show. Come hang out with me and DJ Brian as you play your favorite music. We have your motivational messages, and I promise you'll leave a happier person. The show's all about faith, mental health awareness, and motivational messages. I'll see you every Saturday night, 10:30 p.m., channel 115, where the insanity begins.
And all your problems make you want to scream and shout. Keeping it real with Steve and Michael. Never give up, Steve and Michael.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to my special guest, Kendall Bell. Kendall, where are you? Did he get booted? I don't know.
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I didn't see you for a little bit. I thought you got booted. I was fixing my eye. I had like this floating dust flying around. Oh boy, that is so funny. So baldness is actually, some people suffer with baldness, and they say that's fear, tension, trying to control everything and not trusting in the process of life. So those of you that are balding, that could be it. Or, so it says, I am safe. I love and approve of myself. I trust life. So there's some interesting ones. Again, her book is Louise Hay. So whoever wants to look into what means what, it's really interesting. I know one thing that from my own experience, when you buy a red car, you have to be careful buying red cars because red attracts anger. So some people like red cars, but I noticed that a lot of red cars in the street are all banged up. And that's because red is usually an angry color. It's also a wealth color, but it usually, for cars, I wouldn't really recommend it. So let's see. Do you want to look up one more? And then we'll talk about something else. You got stuck, Kendall? Well, are you there? I think you got stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, good. Because it was freezing on you. Okay, good. Stroke.
Sorry about that.
Oh, don't worry. I thought it froze, and I'm like, great. Stroke is usually insecurity, lack of self-expression, not being allowed to cry. That's not good. So you could get strokes from that. Life is changing, and I adapt quickly to the new. I accept life, past, present, and future. So everything's pretty much interesting. Again, you have to check your diet and other stuff like that. But these are just like affirmations, the energetic point of view.
Everything is connected.
Everything's connected is right. And eczema is itchy, like when you're annoyed, angry. Those are all from that. A lot of people, again, don't swallow your anger because your cells will not like you. Cells respond to the energy you're giving. So if you're happy, your cells are dancing and happy. If you're angry, they get angry. I mean, we're all human. We are going to get angry, but don't hold on to it. You know what I mean? Because it will manifest, and then you'll start, even fever. Fever is anger. Do you know that? That's funny. Because you're boiling up. There you go. Then you're going to have a fever. Asthma. Asthma is unresolved guilt, smothered love, inability to breathe for oneself, feeling suffocated, suppressed anger, suppressed crying. It is safe now for me to take charge of my own life. I choose to be free. So, yes. Do you have
question?
Yes.
So to say that's connected to asthma, now we start to live a more happier life and a fear-free life. Will it help with the asthma, or will it completely take it away?
I think that if you really are devoted to healing yourself, it could take it away. Like, for example, I give you a story. I had 2 big fibroids. One was as big as a lemon, and the other one was a little bit bigger. So they had told me, if you want a baby, you need surgery. That was like, yeah, right. I said, I'm going to make sure I heal myself. So I went and read this book, which is on eBay for only like $8. And I was committed to completely healing myself. So I worked on myself. And basically, what are fibroids? They're either relationships or things that you have stored in that I didn't even know about. So I had 2 relationships I had stored in that I holded some kind of anger towards them, or resentment, or not even anger, but also like hurt feelings. So I kept it in there. And when I did the exercise, I had to go back in time where I was years ago, where people hurt me, write everything down. Do you know, within a month, I did all the work and I have no fibroids, not even a tiny one. I
Wow.
was so proud of myself. Yeah, and I did Reiki too. I did it all because I said there's no way I'm going for surgery, because I heard they're really bad, that surgery. So yeah, I completely healed myself, and I even have a sonogram to prove it.
That's amazing. That's what I need to hear, because I believe that we can heal all
Yes.
diseases. I believe that we can heal all things that are wrong with us. I
Yes.
feel like there's some sort of something that we're lacking that is causing things to happen in our lives. Something that you're getting too much of. It's just, it all depends on what it is. But I do feel like for everything there is a solution. There is a way of healing ourselves, and a lot of the information has just been suppressed from us.
Exactly. Like Dolores Cannon said, the way we made ourselves sick, we can make ourselves better. We can heal ourselves for sure.
Mhm.
It all takes determination. Like, you can't just say, okay, one day I'm going to do it and then go back to your old patterns. You could just forget about it, because it's not going to help. You have to really be motivated to really heal yourself. And everything is a manifestation of once became a thought, once became a belief. And when you keep harping on it, then it's going to become something. So our minds are very powerful. I had this lady, she was at the store, and she had such a beautiful glow. I said, you have such a beautiful glow. Is there some kind of cream you use? She goes, no, I'm just happy every day. So her positive mindset made her whole skin glow. She looks so beautiful, like a flower. So she said, oh, thank you. I practice, she was actually into affirmations and always giving blessings. You can tell her glow came out of her face, and her just like a beautiful sunflower.
Her aura was just amazing, huh? You can tell when a person's happy when they're healing. You feel it. You can feel that energy. But on the other side of that is, if you are healing and you are happy, watch out, because there are energy vampires that are attracted to it. They just want to suck it all away from you. So take it all out of you. Don't let them.
Exactly. That's what they are going to do. Like I said, it's like the Super Mario. That's when the gremlins come out.
It's true.
And they try to pull you back down. And I always tell people, watch your thoughts, because that's how spirits communicate. And I'm just going to show my book real quick. Whoever hasn't read it yet, Remembering My Pre-Existence, My Journey from Darkness to the Light. So you can find it on my site, healingsonthego.com. And it's my story. Everyone goes through a hard time, but I believe it's molding us somewhere. It's bringing us somewhere. And try not to stay down. Try to uplift slowly. God always sends messengers. All we have to do is ask. Ask for help. Say, God, help me. He will bring messengers. I do believe that. Messengers are everywhere, especially the earth angels. When you see one, is amazing. Did you ever have to play the role of an earth angel, Kendall?
Oh, yeah.
I knew it. Tell us a story.
I have for me and for others. So let me tell you, think about a story. Oh, I got a story. So I was living in the Cape for a little while, and I had met this kid who, he had his mom said he had schizophrenia. You know what I mean? He couldn't have friends. He just could not get along with anybody. And I came into his life, and there was something about me where he just was calm. He wouldn't be violent. He wouldn't be crazy. And then I hung out with him and his mom, and his mom witnessed how he was with me and the things that we were learning together, the things that I was teaching him. And she had pointed out to me, and she's like, you're the only person that I've ever met that has been able to get him to this level where he's actually listening to you and understanding you and looking at you as an equal to him and not being aggressive. And it was one of those moments where she said to me, she's like, you're an earth angel. She's like, because I've
Uh,
never seen this before ever, and you know, it was one of those proud moments. You know, we became good friends. But again, yeah, that was one of my most cherished Earth Angel moments.
uh, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
Share your light.
yeah,
We only
it was
have
cool.
like 3 minutes. Go ahead.
It wasn't tough, but it was like a challenge for me too, because I feel like a lot of the same triggers that he had in him, I had in me. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
Relate.
So it's like, I don't know if I was schizophrenic. I don't know. Nobody ever called me that, but whatever. You know, I was never diagnosed with it. But like, you know what I mean? But I knew how to just operate and just be around him. You know, and that's how I want everybody, because I just want to treat people the way that I want to be treated. You know, to a certain degree. But I don't take crap from people either. You know, I'm just stern on my truth. I believe what I believe, and
Exactly.
I ride to my own beat. And I think that's what he appreciated, the fact that, like, you know, I was a cool loner. You know, because I like being alone, and when he saw me, I was alone. I was, you know, walking on the beach. Okay, you know, so it was just one of those things. But yeah, one of my most cherished Earth Angel moments.
That's awesome. We only have like 3 minutes left. So, any last words, Kendall? Where can they
Um,
find you?
you guys can find me on Facebook under Kendall Bell. And you can find me on Rare Breed Universe on Facebook, Rare Breed Universe on IG and TikTok. And my final message is for you guys to just, you know, ride these waves and understand what we put into ourselves is what we're going to get externally. Our internal state of being is the most important. We can always overcome anything with love and nurturing and compassion and empathy for ourselves and others. You know, just as much as you give out, you got to give back to yourself.
Exactly. And you can also find me at healingsonthego.com. Linda DeVitis, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm under healingsonthego.com. Yes.
It's everywhere.
Exactly. Every Twitter, believe it or not.
Sprinkling
I'm
her
there.
magic pixie dust.
I'll throw some golden energy on you.
There it is.
Oh, that is so funny. It's always nice to have you on, Kendall.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate all of you, especially you, Linda. And you guys over
Thank,
at Strong Island Network. I appreciate you all as always.
thank,
Blessings to you.
thank you. Thank you, everybody. We only have 1 more minute. So, Anne says, thank you, Kendall. You're an inspiration. Sending hugs. Thank you, Anne. Thank you. She said, I love your show. Thank you, Anne. You're
Thank you,
awesome. We
and
love
peace and
you
love to you.
too. You're amazing. So, my last words is just love yourself, respect yourself, because that's what you deserve in return. Never be hard on yourself because you're doing the best you can. So just know that everyone goes through turmoils, but you'll end up being a warrior at the end. Don't give up. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. You guys are awesome. God bless each and every one of you. Stay happy and stay safe. Have a great night, everybody.